everyone. I'm Johntavious Jones, LCSW with Seed Community Enrichment. Welcome to the CeedCast. And today I am joined by Cynthia Jenkins. She's a fellow member of the Griffin Spalding Chamber. We've kind of interacted a lot. I've gotten her to help me with a few things. She's in the HR world. Her company's Elevated HR, and she's an awesome person to work with. That's why I wanted to bring her here. She has a wealth of information and knowledge. And I just want to give her the chance to speak about herself so you guys can learn more about her. She is a fellow graduate from Clayton State University. She finished there in 2010. Then she went to Valdosta State to get her MBA. And she graduated, was it 2014 you graduated, or you started in
2014, yep.
Okay.
Graduated 2014, mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And was that a accelerator program, or was it kind of just 2 years and then you're done?
It was accelerated, actually. So I did it in 18 months. So yeah, it was a good experience.
Awesome. And I was trying to get my MBA from Clayton State like 2024, but life got hectic. So I kind of had to take a step back from that. But I do want to get my MBA as well. Kind of add that to my name. Johntavious Jones, LCSW, MPH, MBA. I think it has a nice ring to it.
Yes.
So tell us more about you, Cynthia. What's important? And yeah, what's important to you and what should we know about you?
Okay. Well, again, Cynthia Jenkins. I am the owner of Elevated HR Consulting. I have two beautiful children, 3 and 12. Yes, that was planned. And happily married. And yeah, just life has been lifing, like you said, and things are often a little crazy, but you know, the family and the meaningful work definitely helps keep me level and keeps things interesting. So another fun fact, as long as no one holds it against me, I was born in Canada.
What?
So yeah, so I have actually been in the States for a little over 30 years, and went so far as got my citizenship and everything way back in around 2013, 2014, somewhere in that area. So, you know, full citizen now, and as you can tell, I've got the Southern accent, so fully acclimated. But that's something a lot of people don't know about me.
Okay. And your husband, is he from Canada as well, or was he from?
He is not. He was born and raised right here in McDonough, Georgia. So he has been here for 40 years, and I don't think I'll ever get him out.
That's probably safe to say. How did you end up in McDonough?
So, let's see, way back when, my father worked for a tire company and was transferred to Athens, believe it or not, Athens, Georgia. So we lived just outside of Athens in Winder for a couple years, and then he ended up taking a position with Bridgestone, and we moved to Hampton, and he worked at the Griffin plant there. So it was all, none of it was my choice, of course, but back then I was young and didn't have the option. So that's how we ended up in the States. But I am so glad. I don't think I'd ever go back to Canada. We love it here.
Okay. And how old were you when you came here?
Gosh, I was 10. I think I was 10 years old when we transferred to Athens.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, you've pretty much been here your whole life.
Just about. Yep. I like I said, fully acclimated, no accent anymore. Although it is fun to hear my parents talk because they still have the Canadian A.
Oh, I was going to ask. Okay. Do I know any Canadians? I know. Oh, no. I've met some people from South Africa. Never any Canadians. I don't think. If I do have a Canadian friend. Now. True. And if I do have a Canadian friend and I've forgotten that you're Canadian, I apologize. It's been a long day. Okay. And how did you end up in HR, Cynthia?
Yeah, well, you know, I actually kind of just fell into HR out of necessity. So years ago, I was managing an IT firm, and as part of running that business, I just kind of had to take on the HR responsibilities. So things like hiring, employee relations, compliance, and payroll. And at first, it was just part of the job, right? But I quickly realized that I really, really enjoyed it. So I loved the mix of problem solving, working with people, and just overall helping the business run more smoothly. So that's kind of when I decided to get certified and make the switch from management and accounting, where all my degrees were in, and go into full HR management. So what started out as something I just kind of had to do became something that I genuinely wanted to do, and now that's my career and passion.
Oh, wow. And how quickly did that switch flip for you? Like, was it an instant thing? You're like, oh, I like this. Or did it take a minute for you to come to that realization?
Yeah, I think it took a minute, probably about a year or so, when I really just started getting into the ins and outs of all things HR. It was kind of just a gradual switch. I still love the accounting and the management and all things that I used to do, but HR is just so much more interesting and fun.
Mm. Tell us some of the fun and interesting things about it.
Well, I think the main thing is, HR is ever evolving. So, we're almost forced to continuously learn. I mean, laws change what seems like daily, and new things are coming out constantly. Great example right now, of course, is AI. How does that look in the world of HR and in the world of business? So, I mean, it really is. It's fun that no 2 days are ever the same. HR is very people oriented, of course, so we're always learning, meeting new people and learning new things about different personality types and work ethics and things like that. So yeah, it is fun. It's much better than just working with numbers all day every day. No offense to any accountants out there.
I've learned a lot about the accounting world recently. It's very intense, and I'm glad you got out of it.
Fair enough. Yep.
Okay. And did you ever have any plans on like becoming a CPA, or you were good where you were within that IT company with the accounting role?
Yeah, I think once I completed my master's, that was probably going to be the next step, but it was around that same time that I was having to learn some of these HR functions. So just, again, kind of switched, and now I don't think I could put my brain through that certification anyway. So we'll just stick with HR.
Yeah. So was the original plan to get your MBA in like accounting, or was it going to be like a broad MBA? And tell me.
It was very broad. I did management and administration for my MBA. So, but of course, accounting was all part of that function and those courses. But it's concentration was more on management than accounting.
Gotcha. Okay. And I got a weird question for you.
Okay.
So you have an HR company. Are you also your own HR? Because you have people working for you. Like,
I do. Yeah. That's a great question. I guess I am my own HR. I'm also my own accountant, oddly enough, right? But yeah, I mean, we have several employees. So, all the same rules and regulations that apply to our clients apply to us. So definitely, I guess I'm the business owner / HR director, maybe.
Okay. Do your employees ever tell you like, hey, I think you're doing this wrong? We're W-2s, not 1099s or whatever.
I don't get that issue because I'm a compliance nerd. So that is one area of HR I definitely will probably not be called out on. But, in the same breath, in other things, definitely. I mean, our team is very, very collaborative. We've got some very smart, very experienced people on our team, one of which actually has an additional 5 years more than what I have. So, yeah, I mean, they are, able to maybe say, hey, we need to do this differently, or maybe we can try this. We're very, put me in my place. If you think something needs to change, then by all means, tell me.
That's cool. And darn, what was my question? It was kind of about the work dynamics. Okay. Everybody's in HR, right? So you guys understand the relationships. Like, do you have really good employees because they know what a good employees should be because they do HR? Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and I think the short answer is yes. Being that we're all certified HR professionals, it makes it easier, for lack of better words, for us because we know what's allowed and what's ethical and what's required of us and all that good stuff. But it's also one of those things where I came from corporate. So one of my goals in starting this business is to not have that corporate mentality. We want to be very people oriented and flexible. So, one of the cool things about my team is we don't have a set schedule, if you will. I mean, we're open to our clients Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, but that doesn't mean necessarily that they're working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Everybody has families and different priorities. So, I never want anybody to feel like they have to be sitting in front of their computer during those, go get a massage, get your hair done, do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, as long as you're getting your work done, that's all we really care about. We're taking care of our clients. That's all we care about. So, all that to say, I think the team is a little bit different being HR professionals because we kind of strive to be more flexible and just more gracious to our employees and make sure that everybody is truly happy doing what they do. Because let's break it down. That's what it's all about, right? Happy employee means productive employee, and that happiness transfers to the people that we're taking care of. So that's always been really important to me and the team.
Okay, that is awesome. Can you tell us more about what motivated you to start your own business? And we'll start with that. Then I ask the next question. I don't want to put too much on you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll be honest, I never set out dreaming of starting my own business. It just kind of happened. What I did know was that I didn't like corporate life. Corporate life was just not for me. I kind of alluded to that a minute ago. I really wanted to make an impact, not just on the business that one business that I worked for and those specific employees, but also, the community around them. And to really do that, I needed flexibility and autonomy, and flexibility and autonomy don't go with corporate, So even though I didn't have a grand plan to become an entrepreneur, building my own HR practice turned out to be the best way to really create that impact and try to make that difference in the employees, in the workspace, and in the community.
Okay, that's awesome. How long did it take you to kind of shift to being an entrepreneur? Was it an instant thing? Did it take you like a year to be like, okay, I'm going to dip my toe into it?
Yeah, you know what? It was kind of gradual. And again, if I'm being honest, when I started this thing, I really didn't have the mentality that this would be it. I never imagined that I would just have my own HR practice, not need to do any work anywhere else. I never dreamed of having a whole team of employees. I guess in my mind, I thought that I would just do it on the side and just try to help people where I could, but I'd always need that other job, that other form of income. But I think it took about maybe 6 to 7 months before we started getting some really good interest and feedback. And yeah, like I said, 6, 7, 8 months tops is what it took to really remove myself from corporate altogether and just focus on my own business.
Oh, wow. Did you saw the results like I can do this full time and that?
Yeah. Okay. And people were interested, which, I don't know why it surprised me because, everybody needs HR, so to speak, but it did. It surprised me that there was so much interest in the services that I was providing.
Okay. And how long did it take you to start adding people to your team? Like how long was it just you?
It was just me for about a year. And then I realized that I could not do everything on my own. So I started out with an administrative assistant, so someone just to kind of take that burden of the day-to-day tasks off of me so that I could fully concentrate on HR. And then it was only about maybe 3 to 4 months after that I needed another HR person. So really cool. It happened fast, but I'm extremely thankful for it.
Okay. And were there any tools and resources that kind of helped you gradually improve as an entrepreneur? Or did you have that in you since you had an MBA and you got your bachelor's in business?
I think it might have been a little bit of both. I had the basic knowledge and skills, if you will, but also, yeah, I definitely needed tools. And I think the greatest asset is other people. So, I really started joining some networking events and really participating in the chambers. And I joined BNI shortly after I started my business. So, man, there is so much value in people. And again, my greatest asset was really building those relationships with other business owners who have been there, done that, and they know what they're talking about and can give me some great advice. And so, yeah, a little bit of both. It was a challenge. It still is. We're still only in just shy of year 4, but people are amazing. Definitely having that network of support has been phenomenal for this business.
Okay. And are you still a part of BNI?
So I was apart for exactly 2 years in my group, and it was amazing. But because of scheduling issues and these kiddos and all the things in between, I just couldn't commit anymore. So I did have to take a step back, sadly, in May. But I hope to rejoin very, very soon once we can get our scheduling aligned with the responsibilities of BNI.
Okay. What chapter were you in?
So I was part of the Southern Crescent chapter in Stockbridge. I know I may be a little biased, but that's the best chapter. Okay, they were phenomenal, and I still have. I mean, it's only been a couple months since I officially left, but those relationships have lasted. I still talk to a lot of the members. I still get referrals from the members. A lot of them are clients of mine. I'm clients of theirs. So it's definitely not the end. It's just a little break.
Okay. I used to attend some of the events. I never joined back when I was a part of a group practice. I was trying to get my name out there, and I went to the Southern Crescent chapter. Christian invited me. Did you interact with him a lot from Robin?
I did. Robinette Consulting, yes. Yep. Christian is a fabulous person. Yep, he's one of those members that I still keep in touch with and stay connected. Him and the company in general are phenomenal. They're definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. I haven't seen him in a while. He hasn't been to the Griffin Spalding Chamber events, but I need to talk with him and see if I can interview him for the podcast. Okay.
Oh,
sweet.
Definitely. Yes, he is such a smart, wealth of knowledge in that one body there.
Yeah. He makes me feel bad for my networking skills. He's so professional and good with it. Like, okay.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah. And tell us more about Elevated HR Consulting. Why should people work with your business? What do you bring to the table? What sets you apart from other HR consultants?
Yeah. Okay. So, every business has different HR needs, right? Not everyone needs a full-time HR director. So, Elevated HR, we kind of pride ourselves on building custom packages for each client. So whether that's just a one-off project to maybe create a handbook, or maybe you're looking to recruit and onboard, or if you need us for ongoing support as an extension of your team, we want to do what's best for our clients to set them up for success based on what they currently need. So we offer fractional HR services for a lot less than what it would cost to hire an internal HR pro. And then we're very proactive. We're not reactive. So we strive to prepare our clients before any problems come up. But of course, we're also there to assist if problems do arise. And we're as mentioned earlier, we're federally certified. We're all experienced in multiple industries in multiple states. So we're not just those people reading prompts off the screen. You get actual real expertise and real solutions that will protect your business and your people based off of your particular location and your particular industry. So I guess that was a long way of saying, we're just a team of professionals that want to do what we need to do to help you out based off where your business is and what you actually need.
Okay. And what is a problem a lot of the people who work with you come across? Like, what is a common problem you help solve?
Oh gosh, there are so many. My favorite problems to solve, if you will, are the ones that let me turn chaos into clarity. So a lot of business owners come to us when they're just straight overwhelmed. Maybe their policies are inconsistent, or their payroll isn't set up right, or they're just not sure how to deal with sensitive situations, or DOL claims, things like that. So, I really love helping business owners and managers take things off their plate and letting them get back to doing what they really know and love. Because, let's be real, most people don't love HR, right? It's not something you hear very often, like, oh, yay, I want to do HR. But I really do. I really do love walking in, figuring out what's missing, and building a solution that gives owners peace of mind and employees a better workplace. It's really rewarding to take something that feels complicated or stressful and turn it into something that works for everyone. So, I kind of alluded to some of the common problems are, maybe payroll isn't set up right because we don't know how to classify our workers. You mentioned earlier the W-2s and the 1099s. A lot of people don't know the difference between the two. Maybe we don't know if we're supposed to pay salary or hourly. And then a lot of people come to us just because, they don't have any processes in place. So they don't know how to handle employee issues when they come about because they have nothing to refer to. So, that's just a couple of things that we're kind of dealing with on the usual.
Okay. What is the most difficult thing, in your opinion, about working in HR?
I think the hardest part about being in HR is walking that fine line between supporting the people, supporting the employees, and supporting the business. So playing middleman, if you will. Employees want to feel heard and cared for, but leadership wants to stay compliant and productive. And then there's us, HR, right in the middle, trying to balance both sides. And honestly, it's not easy, especially, when you're having to deal with sensitive situations like terminations or workplace conflicts. That is very difficult. I've been in HR for close to 15 years, but I'm never going to enjoy having to terminate an employee or having to do some kind of conflict investigation. But it's also what makes the work meaningful and keeps us learning and growing and helping as much as we can.
Okay. When it comes to the conflict resolution, I'm a registered neutral. Cynthia, if you ever need me, you got my number.
Yes. yes, definitely.
I'll pop in for you. I think I'm decent. I feel like I'm good at conflict resolution.
I believe it and I endorse it 100%. Just your voice alone is so calming. I feel like if you just step into an uncomfortable situation, you just speak and it's going to automatically be alleviated.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any tips for businesses that are just getting started out with adding new employees that they could use as they kind of navigate the HR world?
Yeah, definitely. I think I have a couple here. So first and foremost, be proactive, not reactive. Do not wait for a problem to arise before setting up HR basics. You need an HR foundation for just success moving forward. It's so much easier and cheaper to prevent issues than to fix them. And if you wait until you have some kind of major issue or major claim even filed against you, it's probably going to be too late for HR. You're going to need a lawyer now. So definitely proactive, not reactive. Another one, get the essentials in place early. Even with just one employee, you need things like an employee handbook, a compliant offer letter, proper record keeping, required labor law postings, and on and on and on. So, it's very important to get those foundational pieces in place early. And then I guess third thing, just create consistency from the beginning. Simple processes for things like onboarding, payroll, and even basic communication, documentation is going to save you a lot of headaches and set the tone for how you want your team to grow. So, grand scheme of things, don't be one of those businesses that puts off HR until you think you're big enough to need it. An HR foundation is going to be absolutely necessary from day one if you plan to or already have one or more employees.
Thank you. That's some great advice. I think I missed some of it. I got some of the foundation, but the communication part, you helped me with payroll. I think that was great. And I do love working with ADP. I've been recommending them to people as well. So yeah.
Awesome. Yes. Love ADP.
I think I missed some steps. We probably should have had this interview a long time ago. So yeah. All right. Thank you so much for your time. Before I let you go, do you have anything you want to say?
You make a good point about, speaking to somebody ahead of time. And one of my favorite sayings is you don't know what you don't know, right? I understand that, being an HR consultant, I'm going to know a lot of things that maybe business owners aren't aware of. So I think, again, going back to those pieces of advice, just, even if you don't think you need something, at least start a conversation, because you never want to be in a predicament where, you have a claim filed against you or you have a situation that you don't know how to deal with. It's better to just go ahead and have those connections in place in case you ever do need it, right? And that's not just HR. That's anyone really. Accountants and financial professionals. Everyone. It's just build that network and make sure that you have those trustworthy people in your corner should you ever need something business wise.
Yeah, and I think what you said earlier about the networking is great. You and I had spoken, and I had considered your services, but it was through Richard with SBDC. He was like, you should really work with Cynthia. He's made some really valuable recommendations to me, and I wouldn't have that if I didn't put myself out there and meeting you in the first place and considering business consulting. So I think you're 100% right. Definitely. You don't know what you don't know. And
don't know what you don't know, right?
That's what connections are good for. You don't have to know everything. You know people who know the things you don't know, and you know things they don't know, and you guys can kind of help each other, even if it's...
Absolutely.
Yeah, sweet. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you said you'd be nervous, but you killed it. I think you made me look bad.
Oh, stop. Well, I just appreciate the opportunity. Yes, it does make me nervous, but I am so thankful for our connection and hey, sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone is good for you.
Exactly. And speaking of that, maybe we'll have you back. You can give us some more information and keep making connections with people, sharing knowledge so everyone can prosper.
Absolutely. Sounds good.
All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in. This has been the CeedCast, and thank you, Cynthia, for joining us today.
And thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Most welcome. Bye.